Broadcasting from planet Earth.
All right. So yeah, I was gonna say like, it's always nervous when you
I
do
know,
it.
but
It's something
so
about having the
weird.
mic in your face.
And
It always makes you
cameras,
in cameras.
expensive cameras.
Yeah, especially when you're not used to it. Like I'm still not used to it. I hate being in front of the camera,
Yeah.
but it is what it is. You probably
Yep.
you probably have more experience than I do on that part.
Being in front of the camera, yeah, I do, Oliver, but it's not something like. It's something I have to be in the mood for. Like I have
Yeah.
to feel, but sometimes I don't always feel confident.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So all right, let's make sure we have the
Yeah.
audio like really good. So adjust the audio. So
Assume-
now you don't have to lean forward. You can move it and get it right, like right up
est-ce
to
que
your
li-
face.
li- okay, est-ce que le
He's
bon
not
là?
gonna be able to know. But as
Okay,
long as you have it
no.
close to your face, you're good. All right, so Stephen Baboun.
Oliver, thanks for
How
having
pass
me.
it?
Oh, fun, bro.
You're good?
Yo, I'm good.
Yeah,
great.
so let's start with Rentrée.
Yes.
What is that?
sir.
Because we saw it at this
Yeah.
festival last week.
Yeah, so Rentrée is a art film of mine that I shot in 2018 in Haiti, and it was screening at the first annual Chroma Art Film Festival. Shout out to them. It was beautiful.
It was great.
Otela,
Yeah, I took a lot of nice
Ben
pictures.
Apili was nice. Also, Creole or English, or what do
Yo,
you think?
Whatever you feel comfortable.
All right.
Usually English because
Well, okay,
it's what
okay.
I feel more comfortable in. But
Okay, no,
We
okay,
can-
okay, yeah.
you can
we'll
throw
do
some
English.
Creole in there if you want.
Okay, yeah, but
It's part of the culture.
yeah, yeah. The Creole pop out for sure. bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Rentrée is a film I shot in 2018, and it's a film that basically touches upon my identity as a queer Haitian Syrian with Palestinian roots, having this dual identity and also being queer on top of that, At the time, I felt so misunderstood
Mhm.
from people and from myself. Like, I was like, okay, who the hell am I? Like,
Yeah.
like, I'm not accepted fully in all communities, I'm
Mhm.
not Haitian enough, I'm not Syrian enough, I'm not queer enough, or I'm not this enough, I'm not that enough. So, yeah, so that was a film of frustration. This was a film for all Haitians who feel like they've been marginalized, and all Haitians that feels like their Haitianness has been taken away from them. People telling them they're less Haitian because they're queer or
Mhm.
Muslim or voodoo practitioners or voodooism,
Sure. Yeah.
or bisexual, trans, whatever it may be,
Mhm.
So that film was a celebration of all our differences, but also a battle cry. Like,
Right.
I'm tired. Moi, c'est haïtien, j'aime ya,
Right.
know?
And you can see that in the short film, which is nice, by the way. I
Thank
love
you.
the cinematography. And you
Thanks
pick
so much.
interesting locations.
I have to shout out my cinematographers, Jean-Claude, Ted, and Natalia. They really helped me with that one. And yeah, some shots I composed myself too, but it was definitely collaboration. It was great, bro. But yeah.
Yeah, that was great. I mean, there was a lot of interesting short films there. A lot of different art films. Yours in particular was nice because it's
you.
cinematography, and I always enjoy good cinematography. But
Yeah.
you mentioned something really interesting about the journey you had about being queer and all these things. Who was you
Right.
feel like was your biggest support?
You know what?
Because
I
this
mean,
happened relatively
yeah.
early in life. Because
Listen,
for context, I'm your cousin, so
Yes,
I've
I was
literally like grew up with you
seeing
from a baby. So
seeing
it's
me
like
grow up.
seeing you do the transition
yeah.
is a interesting point of view. So I
Yeah.
wanted to know because I knew from early on that
Yeah.
something was
Yeah, was a little
So I
different.
was like, okay. But as you grew, you became more confident and more sure of who you were, and you started putting out content that reflected that, and it was great,
Yeah,
And I feel your struggle,
Yeah.
about finding the balance of like where you really fit. And
Right.
Moi c'est haïtien is literally the only dialogue in the entire short film.
Yeah, it's the only soundtrack, the only.
It's the only thing that
lines.
matters is to be accepted as for who you are. It's beautiful. I love it.
Thanks.
But yeah, again, back to the question: who do you feel like was your biggest supporter? Because although I was there, I wasn't there for a lot of it. I just
Sure.
knew the thing you were happening, but you always kind of introverted in that way, where you
Sure.
didn't really reach out, and it was hard to talk
Sure.
to you about these things. So
Sure.
I'm curious, who was there? Who did you use like as yours?
I don't think I've ever been asked this question, which is interesting. Like, they always ask, well, what happened when you came out, but never who supported you. Honestly, at an early age, I knew who I was. I knew I was different, and I was okay with it internally.
Yeah.
Like, there was never a part of me that wanted to suppress that identity. That's why I was so vocal about it when I was younger and growing up. Is because I was 100% sure of who I was. So, but I always felt loved, you know, like
For sure. We come from
like-
a very loving family.
so we. Again, like Oliver said, we're cousins. You know, we grew up together. We spent summers together. You used to come to Haiti. We used to come to.
No,
the
we lived
US.
in Haiti. We
Oh,
used to come to the U.S.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, we were living in Haiti. We came here.
You were living in Haiti, went to the U.S., but when you moved to the U.S., you used to come back to Haiti.
Oh, yeah.
on
That's
vacation,
later
stuff
on,
like
yeah.
that.
But that was way after, though.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of context.
Yeah, way after. So, yeah, I was always surrounded by, y'all never called me names. You never made me feel like I was different. And that's what I loved. Like, Stan is behind the camera.
Yeah, Stan's assisting
Stan
today.
is
Shout out
like
to Stan.
my bestie cousin. Sorry to all the cousins. But Stan is really, he saw my Powerpuff Girls CD collections, my Hannah Montana. I had like, you know, I was interested in girl things, or I was interested in different things that are not considered masculine. And Stan was like, that's cool, bro. And and you all accepted it, Stefan too, and all my cousins, not only you guys.
Yeah.
Really, I felt supported with all my cousins. And friends from high school, friends from college, friends from elementary school. You know, I can name so many that I love.
Who was
so
the first
much.
person you came
out to?
Yeah, I'm curious.
The first person I came out with was my best friend, Sasha, at the
Okay.
time. Yeah, Sasha.
Oh, yeah.
I love you, boo, if you're watching this. But yo, Sasha was my bestie, and we hung out all the time, and I felt comfortable around her. And I was like 16, and I was like, I have to tell somebody because this is who I am, and I wanna just plant that seed. I told Sasha, we were in the Miami house, my grandma's house, in the kitchen. I was trying to tell her that I'm gay for 3 hours. I was trying to say, and Sasha was like, "Are you dying?" I'm like, no. And she's like, "Okay, so again, are you in love with me?" I'm like, no, I'm not in love with you. But then I told her, you know, that I was queer and I was different, and she was like, "Dude, I knew it." And that was the reaction to everybody. But anyway, I'm rambling just to say
It's all
that
good.
if it wasn't for my friends and cousins that were my age that understood, you know, I don't know what I would do. But the older grown-ups, that's another situation.
I mean, we don't need to get into that part,
Yeah.
you know, but it is like that, you know, the people back then are kind of like one-minded, sided, like it's part of the tradition and stuff
And
like
I have,
that. It's
I have to say,
been
Oliver,
tough.
I have to acknowledge my privilege in the sense that, like, I could have had it worse.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know, I know a lot of my friends, a lot of young Haitians or queer Haitians are facing actual violence, which is so wrong. You know, there's no protection of the land for queer people. You know, we're disregarded as one of the, you know, we're one of the most marginalized communities.
Right, but you've had your fair share of threats as well, right?
I've had my fair share of threats, but yeah, I've had, which was sad, and nobody should go through that. But every journey is different. But you know, yeah, every journey is different, so it's interesting to hear different perspectives. But yeah, I just wanted to say that, I guess.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, because being privileged does kind of help the situation sometimes.
You know, but
it's definitely something to acknowledge. So it's nice that you did that.
Exactly, but it was bad. I'm not gonna lie. It was very tough. That what I went through, you know, all of that. But you know, I came out of it, and I'm like, okay,
right.
At least I was loved by
for sure.
people. You know?
So when you transitioned to the States, how different was that? Because you became more alone now.
I was so free, bro.
Yeah.
I went to undergrad at 17 in Washington, D.C., one of the most liberal cities, you know. And,
nice. How long were you there for?
I was there for 4 years, 2013 to 2017. And I could...
So did you?
Sorry?
So what did you study?
I studied, I have a degree in filmmaking, in media arts.
Gotcha.
And a minor in education studies. So that's what I got my degree in. But I felt free. I was in the dorm room. My parents weren't there. Like, not that, like, I was going to binge drink or do, but I felt like my identity, myself, I felt like Steven could sigh and breathe. I was just a number in the States. I could be whoever I want. I could explore whatever I wanted without being judged or felt like I had eyes on me, you know? So
right, yeah.
I learned a lot about myself very fast, you know, so it was nice.
What inspired the artistic side of you?
I was always an artistic kid. I don't know if you remember, but I don't know.
I mean, we all went to some sort of art camp at some
we
point.
all, I think
Some
we're
people
an
continue to do it.
I
Yeah.
think us we're an artistic
Stefan
family.
is artistic. He's always
Very
drawn.
artistic.
He's a
And
graphic designer.
You are as well.
I used to
and-
draw when I was little. Yes.
Exactly.
I mean, it's always been fun.
And we always used to draw. You know, I remember we used to
Yeah.
do artistic things or like So I was artistic ever since I have a consciousness. You know, I wrote plays. You know, I had a shitty camera, did films with the cousins. You
Yeah.
know, took photography. You know,
But that's
wrote
great.
and did all of that. So I always knew that art was something was gonna be in my life, ever since I was a kid. You know?
Okay.
And I have to. Yeah. Ever
So
since I
you
was
go
a
to
kid.
Washington, you do your 4
Go
years,
to Washington,
and
and
then
I
what goes
know
next?
I'm gonna be a filmmaker. I'm
Right.
like, that's what I want to be. I want to be a filmmaker. I want to direct films. You know, I want to make beautiful stories. I want to tell my story of my country, of my stuff, whatever. You know, I was inspired by that. I still am. Yeah, and so then graduated, and I was like, it's not enough for me. I want to get my MFA at the best schools. You know, I was very ambitious, and I applied to top schools, and I was doubting myself. I was like, I'm never gonna get in, like, but I got into all the all the
All of
schools I
them.
applied,
Oh,
and
cool.
Parsons accepted me, and I was like, okay, I'm getting my MFA in photography. And photography stuck with me. That's the medium that stuck with me ever since I was 16. So photography, and still to this day, you know, I'm a photographer first, I guess, an artist.
Yeah, I mean, your
You know?
photography has always been
yeah.
interesting. You love the, like, for you, it's not about how sharp composition
yeah,
is
no.
100% the key
Yes.
focus factor there.
Yeah.
And so much of that I feel like is robbed in today's modern cameras. Like
Yeah.
you have the best equipment, the best lenses, you have the
Yeah.
sharpest image, you know. And at the end of the day, it's sharp, but I feel like we
What do you feel
sometimes
when you
lose
see
some
it?
of the artistic side of
Exactly.
photography. And then when you go back to look at the old classic guys like Bresson and these people from the 40s and 50s,
Yeah.
it's all a
Like,
matter of
that's it.
composition. Their cameras weren't the sharpest.
Not the
Even the
sharpest.
shots weren't even focused sometimes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but it's the story they told through their
Right.
photography, you know. So, yeah, I'm interested about the story, not necessarily the tech.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't care. I could shoot with my iPhone. Actually, you don't know if I'm shooting with my iPhone or DSLR, like, because, you know, I just need the paintbrush to paint. I don't
Yeah.
really care about what the paintbrush looks like.
For those wondering, it's notes I have on my tablet here because this
High-tech,
man has
babes.
been very eventful.
Oh no.
So you just gotta make sure we hit some key pointers here, some interesting stuff. So I do know that the earthquake happened obviously in 2010, and you were there, right?
Yes, I was.
So can you tell me about that experience?
Whew, Oliver, yeah. Never actually spoke about it publicly, but bro, I think it is one of the most traumatizing and benchmark life events, you know,
Yeah.
like, and I was so young, and it was scary. It happened. I was, you know, came out of it was after school. It was exam week, you know, I'm studying math. You know, and at the time, my cousins Shadi and Kevin were staying with me, so it was me, my brother, and the two cousins. So we were in the house. Kevin had exams and whatever. We were all studying. It happened. Honestly, Oliver, I thought it was a bomb because everything was falling. Like
Yeah,
plates
crazy.
and everything fell. And I remember my mom was like, "Everybody go in the living room."
So your
And then
mom was there, but your dad was not.
My dad wasn't. Communication coupé, no communication.
Yeah.
My dad wasn't home, bro. The feeling I felt like people, and I could see the mountains, you know, the house built on the mountains, et puis some of the slums, you know, I could
The
see
favelas,
them
yeah, they're like the favelas.
tomber, et puis a dust happening. So, and then one of the people outside, I think the neighbors were yelling, "Bomb, bomb!" Et puis no, the other one was yelling, "No, son earthquake, reste dehors, stay outside." So, it happened, and so my cousins, we had no communication until we heard knocks at the door, people coming in the house. It was the scariest thing.
Yeah.
He finally came, and thank God, but bro, and then the things I saw in the street, you know, dead bodies, bro.
It was
jumping.
rough,
It was
yeah.
rough. It was rough, and yeah, and I still have PTSD in a way. Like, if you shake me, you come behind me, ou shake
Yeah.
me, I will feel a little anxiety. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. I remember I wasn't there
And
for the earthquake, but I
We
went
lost
there like
a lot of people. Yeah.
yeah, we did lose a lot of people. I wasn't there for the earthquake. I was here. I was in school, and I went to Haiti 6 months after. I went that summer. So in May, I was in Haiti, and yeah, man, it wasn't the same.
Yeah, bro. And I can imagine you being in the States, like not knowing what the hell is going on with your
Yeah.
family back home.
Yeah,
you
for
know?
sure. That was very
That's
stressful,
scary.
and for sure. And I just remember the news saying tsunami and all these things. I'm like, what the hell is
and
going
then,
on?
And then
you just
aftershocks
can't-
upon aftershocks. I
Yeah.
think the aftershocks were the worst because
Yeah.
you don't know if there's a bigger one coming.
Right.
And we were never educated on earthquakes. I didn't even know until then my
That's something that
country
could happen.
was prone to earthquakes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Ket, you know, infrastructure nous pas paré pour ça. Et puis, you know, we weren't taught that.
Yeah.
You know,
And we're just so congested too. So it's like
we're
a recipe
very
for
congested and
disaster.
Yeah, we're too saturated, and it's definitely a recipe for disaster. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so you go to do photography, your MBA, right?
Film.
Film. No, yeah, but after that,
Oh yeah, then MFA in photography. at
MFA,
Parsons.
right? Sorry.
Yeah. it's
So
okay.
then, what happens next? When do you end up in New York?
Yeah, so 2018, I got accepted to Parsons, moved to New York. That was my dream.
I don't know
bro.
what Parsons is, so
Yeah, Parsons.
educate
yeah,
me.
it's Parsons
Like,
School of Design. Son l'école.
Okay.
Son l'école.
But
It's
in-
known for its design school. It's known for mostly like fashion design. You know, urbanism, in terms of architecture. You know, their social work, stuff like that. So very design oriented school, and they have a great photography BFA program. So yeah, but anyway, I'm talking about the school, but moved there, go to school there.
School is important because every time
Yeah.
you went to school, it's been a different
Yeah.
topic.
And
So
I
it's-
always want to say I go to Parsons because shit ain't cheap, and I work hard for it. It's hard.
that's
but
great,
anyway,
bro. Like it pays off.
yeah, you would think it pays off, but anyway.
Pays off in
Yeah,
knowledge.
yeah, it pays off in knowledge. Yes, I mean, I learned a lot, and it changed me a lot in great ways. But moved there, 2018. Me and my mom, back on New York la. It was my first time going to New York in a long time. Yeah, I moved there, started school, met great people. You know,
Mhm.
excelled in school. I mean, I was a great.
How long was
I was a
that?
good student. I would say a good
How long?
2 ans.
Mhm.
So 2 years and 3 summers.
Okay.
So I
Nice.
started my first summer, and it was beautiful. It was summer in NYC. That was my first intro to the city.
What year is this?
2018. I started summer
Okay,
2018.
2018. Okay, cool. Got it.
Then I graduated in 2020 during the
Okay.
pandemic. So
Yeah,
I had
so
a
how was
Zoom
that?
graduate. So leading up to my thesis, we had to have a thesis exhibition, work on papers, like defend and pass our MFA. You know, and
Right.
we had to defend our thesis in order to receive that. So imagine everything stops, bro. March 2020. Our MFA, our defense is in July. So it's like l'école fermée, school's closed. We're doing things in Zoom. Mind you, my equipment, my thesis is in my school in the studio. M'pa kal nan l'école la. Had to turn my studio apartment, my fucking 4x4 studio apartment, to my actual art studio. I was waking up in my art with plaster and paint and like.
For me, I just see more bel bye, bro. Just
It's- no.
just
At
wear
first, it was
suits.
like, this is
I
the
just
life.
see this kid in a room and just going, my whole wall is my canvas.
Yo,
I'm
everything is,
just-
yeah, it is. I had sculptures. I had high ceilings, so sculptures hanging. My bathroom bassin was the plaster. I was doing sculpture, so.
Koto te ben, brother.
But m'jwen Jean, m'pa konnen, m'jwen Jean. But yeah, and I think looking back, it really sucks. I felt robbed. I didn't say goodbye to my friends. Everybody moved to their countries, to their states. But
Yeah.
some stayed in New York, which I'm thankful for. But I didn't feel like I had a proper closure to that experience.
Right.
And to this day, I feel like I don't. But I had, but I met great people. They're watching. Probably, if they're watching, I love them, bro. These are some people that have changed me and been there for me. And yeah, but it was interesting. Pandemic graduation, bro. It was very, very interesting but it shows the power of artists. We
Right.
adapt. It shows that art can be made anywhere, in any circumstance.
Right.
So it pushed me to be like, yo, I'm an artist. My survival is to create.
Right.
And I created with what I had.
So the whole time you're going through school, you're doing all these things. What are you doing for work? Are you working at all? Or are you
So when I was in school, I had two part-times, 3 at one point. I was a TA, I was a research assistant, and I worked in the equipment center in the school.
okay?
And you know, when you're graduate students, I mean, the pay for the TA was decent enough for me, you know, and I was doing freelance on the side. So I
Freelance
was
photography.
freelance photography at the time. I was working a lot with amazing Haitian artists on tour photography, you know, designs, artwork design, you know. So I kept myself busy. But when COVID happened, you know, I couldn't see it. You know, I'd see it online, but yeah, but lost a couple gigs, lost a couple sources of income. But you know, we have the unemployment benefits, stuff like that. But yeah, I was working, but I have to say, it was tough, bro. It was really
So
tough.
when did you decide to do Studio Baboun? Because it was not long after the pandemic, not long after you graduated. So what inspired that move?
2 years after I graduated, I was applying for jobs all over. I was getting I was getting rejection after rejection. I was getting close to the finish line, and it wasn't happening. You know, I was applying for anything, professor positions, you know, art director positions, production assistant position, a gallerist, whatever it may be. I never got called, you know, I never got it. So I'm like, fuck
Damn.
this. Fuck everything. You know, my dream was to open my studio. I remember me and my friend Alicia, we went to high school together, childhood high school buddies. And she did my first logo. She called it Baboun Studios, and she painted a monkey smoking. And it was like my dream. I was like, okay, I'm going to open Baboun Studios. And I'm like,
I mean, Baboun Studio sounds nice.
yeah, I know. And then I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to open Studio Baboun. I'm going to fucking
But
do
high
it.
school is in IT, no?
Yeah, IT, yeah.
Okay.
But I was 15 when I had that dream to open.
Right.
So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to open my own creative house, you know, working on photography, marketing, design, creative direction, stage management, live experiences. I'm going to fucking do it all, bro. Because my art practice is expansive. Like, I'm not just a photographer. I'm everything. So I'm like, I'm not going to suppress all that part. So I'm going to create a studio and hire my friends and hire people I believe in and do projects and collabs together.
Right.
So it's hard. I'm not saying financially, you know, finance is very hard. You know, you have to really hustle every month because
Yeah, because I'm
Your boy's
I'm,
living
I'm wondering like how
with
you making
paycheck, bro, in a way.
like how you getting gigs, you know. And I know
Yeah.
you've worked on
But,
very interesting
yeah.
gigs. So tell me about some of the gigs you've worked on, especially with the tour of musicians or doing carnivals.
Yeah. Oh my God. I can name
So-
all.
Tell me some of your favorite
yeah.
moments from some of those.
I want to say first of all, I'm so grateful for all the collaborations I've done with amazing brands and people, man. And when people trust you and your vision and your talent, it feels good. And
Yeah.
I've had really meaningful collaborations. But yeah, man, I can name the first one is the Bio Tour with Michael Baboun. That has changed my life, bro. I started with Michael. He reached out to me in 2017. He wanted to use one of my photographs as an artwork for his song Bio, Kitap Soti. They used one of my photographies with one of my friends at the time. They were helping. They were, you know, I was shooting them in you know, college, experimenting and stuff. So they used one of our pictures. It was so exciting. And then he invited me to photograph Bio tours and invited me on set in Jacques Mel for his Jacques Mel. Why did I say it like that? Jacques Mel for I sounded like a mission, like a blanc missionary. Jacques Mel. Jacques Mel, I know, bro. Something yeah, and then our creative, you know, friendship, partnership, collaboration, creating beauty, bro. It's been amazing. And Bio has grown, you know. One of my collaborators, Pizzy, who's been the stage for Bio since day one. You know, he's Michael's good friend, been with Michael for a long time, and then brought
And
like...
he started so young.
Yeah.
I remember when he started.
He started young, and he started at Tito's Taco, passons en
Yeah,
Haïti,
yeah,
like,
bro,
pas de
Songe,
pas
bro.
de 5 moun.
I mean,
Sorry,
we
Michael.
went to the same school.
But you
start from humble. That's humble beginnings,
yeah,
bro.
but from 20 to he sold out 5,000 people in
Yeah,
Central
bro, that's
Park.
amazing.
We shut it down, but it's growing every year, and my dream is for it to hit Madison Square Garden, American Airlines Arena.
Yeah,
Dude, Staples Center. I know it's gonna happen because
manifest it.
the movement is amazing. You know, the support, the
Yeah,
community.
it's great. I mean, it definitely does have that potential vibe to be like its own little global thing. Every year goes in a different location.
Every year it's like growing. You know, you have artists from Trinidad with Kesta Band. You know, Anthony Ramos. You know, you have now Becky G and Anne Marie, UK, Mexico being represented. J Balvin, who has supported Haitian culture, and Michael.
Yeah.
And all of that.
I mean, he did a concert in Haiti too, no?
J Balvin, pas songer, I don't think so. But Mr. Easy too. I'm talking Mr. Easy with Nigeria and Haiti collab. So it's great to see that kind of movement being pushed. I'm very proud of him. It's hard work, but yeah, bro.
So what's your role on the jobs? What are you doing
I
on
started
set?
as a photographer, just shooting them, going around, following them. That was the best time of my life, bro.
Yeah, it's great
Backstage, meeting your idols, meeting Anya, Leot, Paul Baboun,
and being allowed to take
Jay
pictures
Perry,
of them.
you know, meeting your people, Mika Ben, rest in peace. You know,
Yeah,
I
bro.
met great people. Met J Balvin. Through Bio, we made great collection. Lolo Zuai, you know, I met. You know, Naika comes out. Like it's great. Like all the people you know, Trouble Boy, Baki, like all the people that were in my playlist, like, you know, I never knew them, and then I met them through Bio, and they're fucking amazing people, bro. They're like humble, great people, and it's been amazing, bro. So, photographer, then creative direction, stage production, you know.
So what is that? What do you do when you're a stage production? Are you?
I would say stage management too, because yeah, I can.
Okay, but
talk
when
on
you're
that.
working on the stage, right, and you're doing the art design, right? Because I'm very interested in this, because I think it's fascinating how you guys can set up a set.
Yeah.
Like how great.
Shout out to also Pizzy too. But
Yeah.
I'll talk about the dynamic of
Yeah, because we're gonna get to that.
because
So
it takes a village, bro.
yeah, so when you have a project like that where you have to create the design, are
Yeah.
you obviously? I'm assuming you're talking directly to the artist
Yeah.
to convey an image that you
Sure.
want to portray. So how much of it is how much creative control do you have in terms of how it looks?
Yeah, well, you know, the Bio started to develop an identity early on with the Veve carve outs, you know, the booth, you know, the beautiful side booths with the palm carved out. That was Pizzy, who is also stage creative too with me. Started that kind of identity. Him and Michael developed that. So I would say, so fast forward when I joined stage creative last year, we were so ambitious, bro. We have a lot of creative control. I have to say this. I don't know if I can say this, but Michael lets us play, bro.
I mean,
Michael-
I'm assuming that's why he works with you.
yeah,
is that
and
give
Michael,
the
he
creativity.
also is a very creative person too. He has great ideas, and me and Pizzy kind of put in our ideas and translate his vision onto the stage. And
Right.
through that, we can outsource our friends. We worked with, you know, beautiful creatives from Clifford, Beko, Claudia, shout out, Junior Charles, Oliga, Pizzy, who built the fresco for this year's Bio. But yeah, we just outsourced our friends, bro. And I worked on the animation, stuff like that. It was just, we have a lot of creative control.
Okay.
And so we present. So Michael tells us the idea. Okay, this is what I want for this year. Dope.
Okay. So besides Michael, what other stage about the carnival stuff? You've worked on carnivals where you have to design floats, right?
Yeah.
How does the approach differ from being on stage?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same in the sense that it's like when you're creative directing, your role as a creative director is to take the client's ideas, fuse it through your style of art, fuse it through your expertise, and translate it to something that's tangible. So it differs because it's two different things. When I did Cueille du Carnaval, I was so thankful. It was amazing. It was a carnaval in New Orleans, Haitian centered. You know, we had this year was women and women warriors. So we were honoring Ana Kauna and like all these amazing Haitian women. You know, so it's like I still have the creative freedom to create. You know, for Cueille, I was doing Cueille du Carnaval. I was doing float, so that's different.
Okay. So
Bio
what is
is a
that? That's the
stage,
moving
you know.
stage,
Yeah, that's like
on
a
a
little
truck.
float, on a little moped, pedicab thing. So wrap my fabrics, did designs for them. So that was really fun. So it just creative direction is interesting because you mold to the different projects. You know, I did a jewelry collection with Haiti Design Co. You know, so that's different. So yeah,
Interesting.
it's different. So
It must be
I'm
interesting
rambling.
because you're doing a bunch
Am I
of
making sense? I don't
Yeah,
know.
you
I'm
are.
a
You're
little
good.
stoned.
You're good,
Okay.
buddy. Don't worry. You're definitely making sense. But I noticed something with you that in particular, you love fabrics.
Yes.
Like I feel like that's like almost like your niche. Yeah,
Yes.
you have this thing with fabrics. When
Love
did
it.
that start? Like I'm curious when this.
I
thing
feel
began.
like textile fabric, I feel like I grew up with it, being Haitian and Syrian and Arab and all of that, and growing up in Haiti and growing up as a Haitian kid, boy, man, whatever. color was part of our visual identity.
Yeah.
Art,
I love your use of
art
color,
was-
by the
thank
way. You always
Art
find
is
great
everywhere.
ways
Thank you,
to
bro.
connect them.
Art was everywhere. These colors are everywhere growing up. And my grandma from my mom's side used to sew and used to have these beautiful curtains.
Matamiana, right?
No, Samiha, Mamiyam, from
Oh,
my
okay.
mom's side. Shout out.
Gotcha.
Love
She's
her.
in Syria?
Yeah, she's in Syria right now. But my mom's side. So she used to sew and used to have these amazing curtains and sofa patterns, and she used to go crazy with the colors, and ever so often she would change it, and it would change the space. It
Mhm.
would be exciting to me as a kid because it felt like, I don't know, Disneyland.
Are you seeing her in
way.
Syria?
Well, I talk to her sometimes, but
No, but I'm talking about back then.
No, elle était vive à Haïti. She was
Why
in
don't I
Haiti.
remember her?
I used to live in her basement in my grandma's. Yeah,
I
it was
feel like
kind of a basement.
it's a memory like a little bit
Yeah,
back there. I
I
might
feel
have
like,
to dig
yeah,
back there.
But
I-
I used to live with
don't
my
remember her.
grandma.
Okay.
So every day as a kid, I used to watch her do these things with fabric. And so growing up and experimenting in art and growing up as an artist, I experimented with different things and I fell in love with textile because I could make things and I could transform myself and I could transform spaces. And textile is a prominent element in voodoo and Haitian culture, different, how we honor the lois and how we our clothes and our visual identity is all textile and it's all color, and I was inspired by that growing up because I saw it everywhere, thankfully, so
Right. And you visit Syria a lot, right?
2 times in my life, 2018 and then 2019 was the last time I've
Really?
gone.
Oh, I thought you went longer. So you never went when you were a kid?
2018 I had great vivid memories of going to summers there and
How long
my-
were you there for?
the whole summer we
So
did
t'as fait 3 mois là-bas?
2 mois nous t'ai fait, mon
2
cher.
months, man? Wow,
It was nice swimming in the rivers. It was wholesome. We
So
went
tell
to
me
my
about that
grandma's
experience. I'm
village.
very curious because I told your mom the other day when she came over, I was like, yo, kill up me in Syria.
Yo,
I'm
t'as
glad I
tellement aimé
I wanna go,
l'Oliver.
man.
It's beautiful.
But I wanna go with
It's a beautiful
Rakan.
country. Oh, that would be nice. You would
Like,
like
I
that
can't
with-
go there and
It's
not
a
go with him.
beautiful country.
You know?
But it's hard to get stoned, if you know what I mean.
It's all
But,
good.
but it's beautiful, Oliver. Yo, it was summer 2018. We went back to my grandma's village. The Zami, Vini, de Haiti, cousin, everybody was in the same village. So we used to we used to meet at the town square. It was like a town square. It was called Rami. They used to call it Rami. And then we met there, and there were ice cream shops, falafel shops. Munam joué soccer, munam joué billard, domino. We used to be there from 9 a.m. Oliver, nous à la caille, nous à 3 heures du matin. It was there was security, like pas security, but taking security. You would not felt scared. There were computer rooms, computer labs, billard table. Like it
Wait,
was
what
nice.
part of Syria are you in?
It was called Melki. It's like an hour from Tartus, which is like one of a made.
Where do you
kind of a
land? What airport
metropolitan
do you
city.
use to get to
Well,
your...
you land in Lebanon and then you drive
Okay.
to Syria. So you fly
Gotcha.
from the U.S. to Europe, then Iskal to Lebanon. But yeah,
Wow.
and then you drive to the
voyage.
Syrian border, and then they have to inspect you and check you. Yo, it's a lot. And I went in 2018. I was a kid. It was pre-Civil War, so the Civil War was kind of building up. But I went back in 2018 during the Civil War.
You mean
and it was so
2019?
19.
Yeah.
It was heartbreaking. I'm not gonna lie, that you have 2 homelands that are hurting. Haiti
Right.
and Syria. It's like everywhere has its issues, Oliver.
Mhm.
Every
For
fucking
sure.
where has its issues, and it's like I felt like I was suffocating. I'm like, whoa, where do we run to? Like, it's hard. It's a hard feeling, but also it was a great experience to go back with my mom and have my grandparents there and really get to know them.
How
and talk
different's
to them.
the food? I'm sure it's hella different. But we made a
amazing.
lot
It's
of
different.
Arab foods in Haiti,
Yeah, I mean,
with
you've
family
had
and stuff.
it's what we used to have growing up. Meshi, kibi, duri,
Yeah,
basa.
man, I love
But
Mediterranean
it's
food.
better out there, and it's so good, and it's fucking amazing. It's
Okay, so how is I'm curious, how is the cost of living over there?
I mean,
Is it
it's-
cheap?
I mean,
Is it-
what's happening in Syria right now is this hyperinflation, bro.
Well, right now, yeah. But I meant
Yeah.
at the time when you were...
And in 2018,
Yeah.
it was very cheap, bro.
yeah.
We used
So it was like
we used
18
to
is
have
heyday.
Bitekun Banu, 1,000 lira. Let's say 1,000 lira is 1,000 good. I don't know the equivalent, but let's say you banu 1,000 good chaque jour. That would last us a week, I would say, unless we're kids. Ou banu 1,000 good, bro. Nous pas
Riche.
blow 1,000 good là, bro. Yeah, it's nous riche.
I love that
But
concept.
going back, but now like the average Syrian is making less than $14 US a month, bro.
A month. Damn.
Dude, the amount of currency, pagin credit card, boy, so you have to give cash. So
Cash
you
is
can pay
money.
for two. You can
Cash
pay
is key.
2 million liras at a restaurant if you want. And
Yeah.
people, it's people are not eating or not living, can't live over there. It's fucked up.
Yeah. Damn.
But
Même já Haiti, bro.
Menja,
It's tough,
bro,
man.
it's sad. Like it's very very sad, Oliver.
Yeah.
It's sad. But I had an amazing time. Like don't
Okay.
get me wrong, being with family.
Anything related to art inspired you over there?
Yes, I shot my best work out there, Oliver.
Okay, what do you mean by shot your best work? What are you
Shot
shooting?
my photographs that have been exhibited around the world, bro.
What?
They came from Syria. Yeah.
I didn't know that. So
Bro-
at what point does this happen?
I'm in grad school. It's 2019. I'm in grad school. I'm starting to think about my thesis and what I want to be as an artist, what message, what story I want to tell.
Yeah.
And I was like, who better to tell my story than myself? So I dug very deep inside of me to understand my Haitianness, my identity as a Haitian Arab, my identity as a queer human. And so I wanted to go back to my roots, and I wanted to go back to my grandparents' lives and and learn their story of immigration, what they've sacrificed and what they were fleeing out there. It's interesting, very humble beginnings, bro. They were peasants in villages selling bread. Brother,
Did they make the bread?
Yeah, they made the bread.
That's cool.
My grandma was 14 when she got pulled out of school or something, 12, and helped the family. It's interesting. My grandpa, So I wanted to go back to that, to honor them, to say merci. Si c'est pas pour nous qui nous vînes en Haïti,
Right.
that Haiti being their adoptive land and being our home, yo.
Do you know
it
why
changed
they
us.
chose Haiti?
They set sail to the Americas. So they landed in Brazil, I think, first. And it was rough. Then went to New York, and that was rough. And
Damn.
from New York, met Haitians that were like, Vina Haiti, Suma
What year do you
Bobaila."
think is this?
The
must be-
50s,
The
the
50s?
40s, late 40s, 50s. Then my grandpa goes out there, goes back to Syria, chercher grand même, pour yo move Haiti.
Okay.
Puis yo fait famille au l'autre bord. And
Interesting,
popped
wow.
out Haitian kids.
So it wasn't. So your family literally got there in the late 40s, whereas
My mom's
Papi
side.
Toto's been there for like
No, Papi Toto's
Longtemps.
family,
is
it's
there.
longtemps.
What?
That-
1800s, I
Eight,
think.
ninth, yeah, they've been there for a
Yeah.
long time. So my mom's side is first gen. My mom is first gen Haitian.
Gotcha.
So
Okay,
it's
so you go
interesting.
back to your roots, man. Interesting trip, and then you decide to go back again the next year.
No, in
In
2019, was my
2018, you
last
go,
trip.
and then you go to 2019 again.
No, sorry. I mean, last time I went was 2019. I don't go. That's the first and last time I've been.
Oh, you only been there one time.
Only one time.
Oh, gotcha.
One time in recent times. M'allé là en 2008, là m'étais petit moun. That was the
Oh yeah,
first
so
time.
you went a first time in 2008. So yeah.
So anyway, I'm in school. I'm thinking about what I want to be as an artist, and I'm like, yo, let me shoot myself. Let me shoot my mom, my cousin, my grandpa, my grandparents. Let me shoot them. Let me photograph them.
And the ladies that work at your house, man.
Oh yeah, and the people, in our lives that raised
Yeah.
us,
Those were always my favorite.
and it's beautiful because it's like I wanted to give us Haitians an equal voice in speaking and representing ourselves.
Yeah.
So from the ladies that work hard and sell in the streets to the ladies that work in people's houses,
Mhm.
as femme de ménage and homme de service by Sayo, so it's
They
I
help
wanted to
raise us,
show-
bro.
Yeah, they did.
They're a very big part of our lives growing
Very
up.
big part of our
sometimes
lives,
they're
and
there for a decade,
sometimes
longer,
they
sometimes
become-
the whole time.
They become our mothers.
Yeah, no,
They are our
they are in some way.
They are,
Because
and-
where parents are working,
And I've always in my all work also want to fight for better labor rights in that sense.
Yeah.
In Haiti, it's work. And I feel like people who work at people's houses need better benefits and need protection. And
Mhm.
in my work and ideas that I have for the future, I want to protect, have people have rights in Haiti and everything. Anyway,
Okay.
I'm rambling, but
oh, but
all
you
these
don't
photographs.
we're about to get into that. You
Oh,
just
yeah.
said something really interesting. I'm curious what that is.
Yeah, and
So how do you
I mean,
wanna-
I have to acknowledge our privilege in this space, and it's like, I want to give all of us equal voices, and we are equally as valuable. It doesn't matter who the hell you
Right.
are. And you know, I mean, my family are immigrants of Haiti, so you know, we are in people's uvin kaomun. You know, like, you know, it's like my mom and my grandparents always taught me respect and love and giving thanks and being grateful and treating everybody equally. You know what I'm saying? So I want rights for people, you know, labor rights. We don't have labor rights in Haiti. From people working in
But why
factories.
bon président,
Yes,
brother?
I'm due from people working in factories to people working at houses to teachers to bankers to whatever. I feel like we have so much to tackle, bro. And in my photography, I want to give voices, imagery, representations to tackle these hard
Okay.
topics.
Okay, I have a
You know,
question for
bro.
you.
Yeah.
So you like to represent, you use the photography a lot. What about the reactions from the locals? Because I know that was probably tough for you because you're white, you're queer. So how is the
Well,
Haitians
I'm
responding
not white.
to
We're not white.
Ou sont blancs en Haïti?
Wait, blanc. I'm a blanc, meaning, I mean, it's that kind of a connotation to foreigner.
Yeah.
People blanc. But yeah, I mean, I guess.
Yeah, but I want to know what the feedback is like towards the locals. Like, are they
Oh, yeah. I mean,
appreciative of your efforts of trying to
You know
represent
what,
Haiti in this
bro?
way?
Yes, you know, I have to say I get a lot of love and respect from people in the diaspora and people in Haiti too. You
Right,
know,
because I'm curious how the
from-
locals are
from-
reacting. You
from
know,
black, brown, white people, mixed Haitians. I get good reactions, but I also get pushback.
yeah,
Yeah, you know, I mean, I understand the narrative of like blanc comme si, you know, not being accepted as Haitian or, you know, having people resent you because people that kind of look like me don't give people that look like me a good name, you know?
Right.
You know, like history of colonization, bro, that's a trauma that, you know, people in our country, I mean,
Yeah.
black people, we are a black republic, proudly a black republic, you know? Black people in Haiti have gone through hell and back, bro, from
Misère, bro.
slavery
Sont mal enragés.
into, like, you know, people in politicians, elites, people in the bourgeoisie doing very bad things. Anyway, it's like there's not a good image of, you know, and I get it. Look at the majority of Haitians live in poverty and they see people
Yeah.
benefiting from their country, bro.
It's
I
crazy.
get it, but I had to step in that shoe to accept, you know what? It's okay if I'm not seen this way, but I'm gonna navigate it with love, and I'm gonna take that negativity or take that hurt, that, you know, and do something positive, bro. But yeah, some people, you know, you get positives and negatives, and that doesn't matter to me right now in my life, Oliver. I don't care if you think I'm Haitian, if I'm Haitian or not. I know what I am.
Right.
I know that's what I am. I know I'm Haitian.
Yeah.
M'pa
I-
care encore.
I can totally
Say what
relate
you
to
want,
that.
bitch. Yeah. Say what you want. I mean, look, we can't be living in 2023 and we're globalized people. We're mixed culture.
Right, we
We're
are.
a mixed cultured world,
Yeah, we are absolutely.
which is beautiful to me.
Yeah. So talk to me about your next project. Do you have something with Haiti Culture Exchange or something like that? I have
Yeah.
something like that.
Well, that passed.
down.
Yeah, it passed.
Okay.
It was an amazing exhibit. Thank you, Haiti Culture Exchange.
What did
At
you?
5
what was
Miles
that?
Gallery. Eh?
What was? What was?
It
What
was just
it?
an exhibit of my photography, and I did a couple installation, but it was for their summer celebration. Haiti Culture Exchange is a Haitian art organization in
Gotcha.
New York supporting Haitian art and Haitian culture. So
Mhm.
that was my last exhibition. I have an exhibition coming up September. I'm not gonna announce it. I don't know if I should say it yet because we haven't finalized it yet. But in September, it's coming out.
Okay.
It's a solo exhibition with Real Artways in Connecticut, which I'm super excited about.
Cool.
And
So when you go on
um,
these exhibits, what do you do? Do you have to organize your own little set spot?
Yeah.
Like you get to set up your
Sure.
corner,
I mean,
or
it
how
dep-
does it work?
It depends on the project. Usually, you have curators that approach you, and the job of the curators, which thank God for curators, bro. They just say, "I love this, I love this." You send the work, and they do their magic. But you know, you meet with curators. They talk about about the vision. You know, you talk about your ideas because it's an exchange. You know, maybe you should use this photograph, maybe this size. And then they do their thing. Sometimes I have to go install my work. Sometimes they have art handlers to install. Sometimes I have to curate my work and come up
Gotcha.
with everything, you know. So it just depends on the situation in the project. But yeah, man, it's great.
Are you shooting anything now?
I'm not shooting anything now because I'm getting ready for a couple things. Bio coming this fall, and I'm getting ready for my solo exhibition. It's a lot of work and
Okay.
juggling freelance design, stuff like that. And
Ok, lo parti là.
en octobre, le 18 octobre, le 19 octobre, tour là commencé, puis n'a vinn Miami le 28 octobre. Buy your tickets at biotour.com.
Damn, bro.
It's gonna
That's
be
awesome,
crazy.
bro.
It's gonna be great, yeah, man. So,
I have written down. You told me to remind you while we do this
Oh,
about
yeah.
a gunman story.
Oh,
Talk to me about that.
Shit,
Tell me
bro.
that story, because I told you not to tell me because I was saving it for
Oh,
this.
yeah.
So I don't know what happened. So tell me your
So
gunman story.
I feel like every time I get with Oliver, nous toujours parler de bail traumatisme, bail ça. But yeah, bro. So
I mean, dude, it's a dramatic
dude,
life in a
yeah.
way.
Okay, earthquake was one trauma. This is another. This was before the earthquake. I was younger, but dude, that is another trauma benchmark in my life. But yeah, man, I was probably 9, 8, younger, 8, 7, 8. Nous t'al fait dilaté. Et puis, dans l'époque, ça m'était vivre dans Pétionville là. We went to Fior Dilaté, and then it's a pizzeria, gelato shop in Haiti. So
Yeah.
good. And then friends, my mom's sister, my aunt, my cousins. Et puis, zami maman yo, bye, black, bye, ça. Et puis, nous tende rel dans parking lot, like, screams in the parking lot, bro. Et puis, gon moun ki di, courant dan, like, everybody run, there's a gunman coming. Et puis, gè c'est ton volet. Mwen kwen te gon bank nan kompleks,
Yeah.
on volet, bro, ki tap, bakone, li rentre nan Fior Dilaté, bro. And I remember, Oliver, seeing the gunmen, bro, with their guns. Maman zanmim, m'pakon kote maman m'fè, m'pakon kote frè m'fè, maman zanmim just rale, m'kouvri zyem. The only thing I remember is the gunmen pointing, scanning the cafe.
Damn, bro.
Et puis, li pran, et puis nous saute dehors dans l'arrière, nous sauver, et puis li kembe. Par contre, kote maman miye, bro. Par contre, kote ma tante mwen ye. But thankfully, everybody gathered together, et puis yo pran bandi yo. They tackled them to the floor, bro.
Oh, you mean like the people at the
Oui.
restaurant?
Oh, mon
ouais,
cher.
obligé.
Oh, te gen
How
ti
much
moun-
people were there?
Bro, it was a packed house.
No, but I'm talking about how much gunmen were there.
I saw 2.
Okay.
But bro, pa ka fout zou. Moun am di, c'était yon moun am di, but mwen 2 armes, like, it's
Damn,
blurry,
that's
bro. But
crazy.
I remember going home and just like shaking, bro. It was
Damn,
scary.
that's nuts, bro.
Yeah, I really thought. That's another instance where you don't know what happens to your family members, bro.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, bro. Yeah, it's been pretty tough, man.
Yeah.
Like being in Haiti, it's been traumatic.
You know too, Oliver.
Yeah,
I mean,
bro, for sure.
You've grown up there.
Yeah,
know,
we're going
like,
through manifestations,
And you know, yeah.
kidnappings, murders. Like, oh my God, it gets crazy.
Yeah.
But on a lighter note, let's talk about
Europe.
what's next after Bio. Like, is Studio Baboun, does Studio
Yeah,
Baboun
man.
get jobs when you're on your own thing? Like, do you have somebody working with you at the studio? Like,
Yeah,
what's
so,
next for Studio
yes.
Baboun?
So my goal is to keep growing Studio Baboun. So every project I do is under the studio. So I have an amazing studio manager, Ivna Despine, who's been my homie, my sister, my support since I moved to New York. She's an art creator, amazing. So she's helping me with the studio, organize my life, honestly. But it's just me, man. And thankfully, the opportunities, merci bon Dieu, so far they come. Some months it's hard. I'm scrambling. I don't have anything. I have projects coming, but like it's like.
But you enjoy
Yeah,
it.
but I'm enjoying it, bro. I'm very grateful. I'm enjoying it. It's great. But yeah, I'm focusing on my studio, Oliver. I don't know what I'm doing in January. I don't know what life is gonna be in April.
Oh, yeah, I love
and
it.
Every month, my month is different, so it's hard for me. My life is just it's great,
I
bro.
think it's
like,
exciting. Yeah,
it's-
bro. Fuck
I'm
yeah.
always on my toes. There's always a deadline, and then there's always a different project.
That's how I feel like it is on set and why I like it too. And I love the camaraderie. And it's probably something you see a lot when you work.
I love it, bro.
I
mean,
love the teamwork. I love
collaboration.
when we all have one agenda,
It's the
one goal,
best.
and we all work to accomplish it. And it's a job well done at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's the
It's
best.
super awesome
and it's so
feeling.
rewarding, bro. Working
Yeah,
on
absolutely.
something. Yeah, as you know, working
Yeah.
on sets like and it's tough days. It's tough work days, bro.
Yeah, man,
You're
it is. It
doing
gets.
tough
I'm on something
days.
now, and it's like 12 hours a day, and it's a different location every time. Like Monday, tomorrow we're gonna be on the beach.
Shit.
I don't know
it's gonna be
what to
hot,
expect.
or if it's gonna
But-
rain,
Or it's gonna rain, and I'm like, damn, we gotta shoot these outdoor things, and I'm just like, and prepping is always
Damn,
tough,
Oliver. Yeah,
Prepping is always
Yeah.
tough for something like that because the equipment is expensive.
yeah. It's a high
Sometimes you're
stress.
responsible for the equipment because you're the second AC and you have to assist.
Yeah.
I
I'll
don't
take
know.
my
It's
glasses off.
it's pretty tough, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. But dude, Content on fait ça, oui, man. Like
Yo,
I know,
thanks,
I know I've
bro.
been trying to get you to come on here because
Yo, I love your podcast, man. You've been doing
I
a
love
great
it.
job, and
It's
you've
great.
been and you are an amazing filmmaker. You have good taste in film, and you're a great photographer too, man. So
thank you, bro.
It's
I
great
mean, yeah,
to-
you inspire me sometimes. So when I look at you, I'm
Oh,
like, this guy's
thanks,
always
man.
taking pictures. I gotta
Oh,
bring my
thanks,
pictures with me.
man.
So now I
That's a
take my
lot.
pictures everywhere with me. I take
Yeah.
them on set, and my goal is to document my journey, document the sets, and eventually like maybe publish a book on just BTS stuff throughout my entire career. Like maybe
Yeah,
something
that'd be-
long,
that'd be
down the
amazing, man.
way,
That'd
and
be
just have a
great, bro.
nice collection of beautiful images from all
Yeah.
the sets,
Yeah.
and maybe talk about this 20 years later and talk about all the beginnings. and
Yeah,
stuff.
man.
It'd be
That's
great.
No,
But yeah, man,
Freddy,
merci un pile, man. I'm glad you came, bro.
Thanks
I'm
for
content
having me,
aujourd'hui, bro.
man. I feel good, and this was a
Yeah.
great convo. Thanks, man.
Any last words, bro?
No, keep going. Good luck, bro. This is
All right,
amazing.
I got-
and follow me on Instagram, Stephen Baboun, StephenBaboun.com, StudioBaboun.com,
yeah, bro.
Studio_Baboun on Instagram.
All right, thank you,
Shout out to
everybody.
Stan.
Appreciate it. Shout out, Stan.
Stop play.
Thank you for tuning in to the Oliver Stone Podcast, Safe Journeys Across the Stars.